We've all seen it. Your coworker finally closes on that 3,000 square foot dream home. They're posting pictures of the open floor plan and those brand new granite countertops like they just won the lottery. They use words like equity and investment with this smug confidence that makes you feel like you're failing at life because you're still renting. But here's the secret they won't tell you on Instagram. Behind those double front doors, they are drowning. They have built a prison out of mortgage payments and convinced themselves the bars are made of gold. Welcome to the world of Schrodinger's wealth. It's the paradox where you have a high net worth on paper, but you're one flat tire away from a total financial meltdown. Today, we're going to mathematically destroy the lie that a house is always your best investment, and I'm going to show you why wall money isn't real money until the day you sell. Let's look at the adulting lie through actual math. Most people think renting is throwing money away, while buying is paying yourself. But when you buy a house, you're throwing money away too. You're just throwing it in a different direction. Imagine you buy a $400,000 house with a 7% interest rate. Your payment is about $2,300 a month. In that first year, roughly $2,000 of that is pure interest. Only about $330 actually goes toward the principal. That is less than 10% efficiency. If your car only converted 10% of its gas into forward motion, you'd call it broken. But when a house does it, we call it the American dream. Once you add in property taxes, homeowners insurance, and the 1% rule for maintenance, where you should expect to spend $4,000 a year just to keep the roof from leaking, your $2,300 payment is actually closer to $4,000 of cash leaving your pocket every single month. Meet the Johnsons. They make $180,000 a year, solidly upper middle class. On paper, they're crushing it. But after their mortgage, 2 financed SUVs, daycare, and the grocery bill for a family of 3, they have about $2,700 left for everything else. That sounds like a lot until you realize their HVAC system just died and a new one costs $10,000. Suddenly, this dual-income, high-earning couple feels broke because they are broke. They are house rich but cash poor. This is where the psychological trap sets in. You see, your home equity is like Schrodinger's cat. It exists and doesn't exist at the same time. It's real on a balance sheet, but you can't buy groceries with your kitchen cabinets. You can't pay for a medical emergency with your backyard. To get that money, you either have to sell the house and move, or take out a home equity line of credit, which is just a fancy way of saying I'm going deeper into debt to borrow my own money. The most expensive thing about a house isn't the interest rate, it's the loss of options. When you rent, you have liquidity. If a better job opens up in another city, you give 30 days notice and you leave. If your income drops, you can downsize to a cheaper apartment immediately. But a homeowner is anchored. If you lose your job, you have about 8 weeks before the bank starts looking at your house like it's their house again. The house doesn't provide security in a crisis, it demands feeding. True wealth isn't about what you own, it's about what you control. Real wealth is the ability to sleep through the night because you have $20,000 in a liquid savings account rather than $20,000 trapped in drywall and concrete. Now, I'm not saying never buy a house, I'm saying don't buy the lie. If you rent a modest place and invest the difference between your rent and what those total ownership costs would have been, you can actually end up significantly wealthier. Let's look at the 30-year tape. If a renter saves just $500 a month compared to a homeowner's expenses and puts it into a boring S&P 500 index fund, they could end up with $2 million in liquid assets. Meanwhile, the homeowner has a $1 million house, but they spent $500,000 on interest and a fortune on maintenance to get it. The renter has a check they can cash tomorrow. The homeowner has a building they have to sell just to retire. The real flex in 2026 isn't a zip code or a 30-year debt commitment. It's options. If you can't afford a house right now, don't feel like you're failing. You're actually being given a gift, the chance to build a foundation of real, liquid wealth that doesn't demand more money just to keep existing. Stop measuring your success against your neighbor's Ring doorbell footage. Build the portfolio that compounds while you sleep. Rent the place that doesn't make you anxious, because at the end of the day, financial freedom isn't about the walls you live in, it's about the brain space you've bought for yourself. If you're ready to stop playing the looking rich game and start actually building wealth, hit that subscribe button. Let's run the numbers together. I'll see you in the next one. If you like this channel, like, share, and subscribe for more videos.